Good morning, good evening, and good day to anyone watching this video. Today we have another video on Xander's tech reviews. So, my last video I was reviewing a x79 motherboard. It's been a couple weeks since then, and I got everything in this PC. Been using it for a couple of days now. It's pretty good, it's pretty fast. I did upgrade to a SATA SSD. I don't have enough money for an NVMe. Even though this takes NVMe, it also takes SATA, so gotta get faster speeds. I also have two ADHDs, one down here and one on the top. It's like an old case. It's like one of those, like, the air goes from the bottom into here and then goes out from the back. Kind of dusty since I've been using it for a couple of days, but let's open it up and I will show you what's inside. All right, I got the case open, so let's see what's inside. So yeah, this is my computer. As you can see, I have a 128 SSD right there. It's a SATA SSD, so it's not NVMe, it's not the fastest, but when you're on a tight budget, it's pretty good. It's better than these hard drives, which are slow compared to that. And then I got this this fan right here that, oh my gosh, that's dusty. I should clean that. Yeah, I'm gonna clean this later because it's been out for a couple weeks, and it's like a dust bunny. A lot of dust in there, but yeah, I got 16 gigabytes of RAM on this configuration right here. I had to, it was kind of difficult because when I tried to put all 16 DIMMs at the same time, it didn't work. It's like I had to put one at each time, like put one DIMM inside the computer and then turn it on to check if it works and then put another. I think the motherboard was just like getting used to the DIMMs. I don't know, but I figured it out, so now everything works. It works with 16 gigabytes of RAM, 4 gigabyte sticks in each of these slots. I got two fans, one as a exhaust fan, one as a frontal fan. I also have a GTX 560 Ti because that's the only graphics card I have. It's a blower version. It takes two 6-pin. I also have a 500 watt power supply. This was like the best purchase I've ever made because I only had 300 watt power supplies before. This CPU right here takes like 95 watts during load, so it's a pretty power hungry CPU. So yeah, that's it. And then I got all that crap. And my cable management isn't the best, but this case isn't the best either. And we got a 120 millimeter fan right here, also dusty. These hard drives, this one right here is a 500 gigabyte, I think. No, that's a 320 gigabyte. This is 320 gigabytes. I put this with the fast SATA. And then I have this 500 gig, which is just for, extra storage and, all that stuff. This fan does a good job of cooling. It keeps my CPU temps at around, 40-50 degrees Celsius during load, 30 degrees Celsius during idle temperatures. The main concern I have on temps is my graphics card because it's a blower version and all the air that's coming in the case is from this fan. And as you can see, it's a hard case front. There's like little holes on the side and then there's like that big hole in the bottom, but yeah, got all this. Just give me a second and then I will show you the main motherboard and CPU configuration. So I got the cooler off and I cleaned the thermal paste and everything. As you can see, this CPU is a E5 2066 V2. with 10 cores and 20 threads, clocked in at 2.2 gigahertz base clock, and it can go up to 2.6 gigahertz on turbo, and then 3 gigahertz on one core only. But yeah, it's a pretty chunky CPU, as you can see. I got that big chunk right there. X79, of course, and then these are the VRMs and stuff. They keep the motherboard pretty cool and stuff. I'm gonna remove the graphics card next because I gotta clean that also. So yeah, cut. So I got the graphics card out now, and we just have the motherboard and all these wires, which are absolutely horrendous. I really need to buy a new case, but I don't have money for it because I am a 15-year-old without a job, so that's fun. The reason why it's all dirty is because I use this to make money through PCNet. So, you know, people put money in and they get a certain amount of time, and, you know, they can use the computer. This is how I make money to buy computer parts. I plan to pair this with an RX 5600 XT. I don't know, that's a pretty big upgrade from this 2013 video card. I mean, this thing has served me well. But, you know, I gotta get somewhere. I gotta, you know, play some AAA games at like 1440p, because this CPU will not bottleneck it, because it's as good as like an Ryzen 5 2600X. This thing can perform as much. Even can outperform an Ryzen 5 3600 in some cases. Multi-threaded, its power comes from the like 10 cores and 20 threads. So basically what Intel was thinking was like, you know what, let's just put very weak cores, but put them in like a lot of quantity, so like there's like 10 cores and 20 threads. So yeah, the multi-threaded, you know, score in this thing is pretty high, and it's pretty good for something that only costs like, I bought this for like 900 pesos, so like 15 bucks. This is like 15 US dollars right here, because I only bought it for like 953 pesos. Got it on a deal. But yeah, it takes 95 watts, as you can see. It takes an 8-pin CPU power, so that's a lot. Then we got the SSD right here, so that in itself is cool. But guys, my flash went out, so yeah, anyways, we got the SSD right here and all that stuff. Let me just take out the SSD. You gotta be very careful with these, because the screw is like 3 millimeters. Oh shit. But anyways, here is the SSD. This thing right here. It's 128 gigs of, you know, absolute cheap Chinese SSD, but it's pretty good. It boots up the computer in like 30 seconds, so I can't complain for only like 700 pesos. It's like $5, so I can't complain for this piece of technology. It's pretty good. It tells you if something's wrong, or it flashes like a LED if something's wrong. Anyways, that's pretty much it. So it can only support one. It can either support SATA SSD or NVMe. Support both. BIOS on this thing, there is no overclocking whatsoever. Considering that this thing cannot be overclocked, there's no overclocking options. Maybe in the future I'll buy another board that has overclocking capabilities on the X79 platform, but that is like, you know, 3,000 pesos, and I'm kind of saving up for a graphics card, so yeah, that'll probably be in like next year or something like that, because money's slow. I can't really just spend as much money as those high tier YouTubers and stuff. I wish I could, but you know, being 15 is being 15. Sorry if the video is boring and it's not really good at formatting, you know, just, you know, beginner stuff like that. But yeah, this thing right here will serve me good for years to come. And this board, I would recommend you buying it if you're in a budget build, because this board and CPU only cost me around 3,680 pesos, and all this stuff would be like, you know, an extra 5,000 pesos. So, you know, 11,000 pesos just to have this entire thing. And there's a lot of upgrade paths. Oh, can you please focus for me? Focus. Okay, you know, screw it, you know, screw the focus. Anyways, yeah, there you go, focused. Anyways, I would recommend you getting an SSD, an NVMe SSD, or a SATA SSD to go with this, so you don't have to wait like 5 hours for it to boot up. These hard drives are pretty slow. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and the next video will be me testing the RX 5600 XT. It'll probably come out in December at Christmas or before Christmas. I'll try to get it out. You know, I'm still working with editing and stuff. I'm using my phone to record this, so I'm sorry. But hope you enjoyed the video. New video will come out in December when I get that new graphics card, and then we will test out some AAA games, and I will, you know, continue on this x79 platform, because I have a lot more ideas, a lot more upgradability for this thing, and it's gonna be cool. Trust me on that. All right. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Anything helps, and see you guys on the next time. Okay, that sucked. See you guys in the next video. Peace.